Hello everyone, how are you? This is Kei. So great to see you again on my YouTube channel. Today is 12th of August and this is on Saturday. So I hope you're having a great weekend. And today I will be sharing my trade performance in the month of July. So that will be the main topic for today. So how was your trades? How was your performance in the month of July? I posted the poll in the chat, so please vote and let me see. Or you can type your message in chat and let me know how was your performance in the month of July. Okay, so yeah, today I just came back home, so let me start right now. Okay, hello Gyasi, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. Alright, Yanhu, good to see you too. Yeah, I wish I have party, but unfortunately not. Yeah. Okay, Oli, thanks for joining. And also a reminder for the like button. Thank you very much. If you like, please press like button before you leave. That would be great for me to keep going. Alright, Photo, good to see you. Levinas, thanks for joining. Tarandeep, good to see you. And Luz, good to see you too. Alright, and everyone, great to see you here. So let me quickly set things up. Okay. Okay, by the way, can you hear my voice okay? Because this is a new microphone. Yeah, the previous microphone has some issues for the last couple of weeks, so I got the new microphone, so I hope it's working okay. In case if you hear some strange sound or noise, then just let me know in the chat. Okay. Alright, so how was the trade? In the month of July, let me hear from you first. Okay, Young says, get some profit, but not confident to be stable. Okay, okay. So yeah, so stable, you have to be stable on your performance. But if you don't lose every month, then that's fine. So you have to check the monthly performance. Not the daily, not the weekly, but monthly performance. And do you ever journal your trades? Yeah, journaling your trades is also very important. And I will tell you the reason in a minute also by looking back my own trades. Okay, Oli says, experienced a bad loss after the CPI news on Thursday. Right, there was a CPI in the US, Consumer Price Index. Yeah, that was aggressive. Okay, you bought gold, greatly regret it because you always advise. Okay, yeah, so at the news, you never trade. Yeah, because we never know which way the market goes at the news. So, yeah. Okay, Riyadh, good to see you. Okay, audio sounds great. Okay, good to see you. Okay, good to hear that. Good to hear that. Alright, so now let me share my trade performance. So I track my trades on a spreadsheet. And that is this one over here. Okay. So I hope you can see the full screen. So yeah, so simply I took 6 trades and my return was 1.5%. And there are reasons why my return is so low in the month of July. But I took 6 trades, and out of 6 trades, I took Pound AUD 3 times. So that means there are some trends on Pound AUD according to my strategy in the month of July. So first, I took Pound AUD, and that was a win. I took 37 and 21 pips. So usually, well, every time I take entries, I take 2 trades, 2 positions and 2 stop losses, and I exit in the different timings if the market goes towards my direction. So that's why on every pair you see two names, and that's why. So pound AUD, first trade was a win, and second trade Euro USD was a loss. I got 28 pips times 2. And CAD JPY, I took it on 18th of July again, and I got lost 14 pips times 2. And pound AUD was break even on the 20th, and 26th I took the trade on AUD Swiss franc, and that was also a loss, minus 12 pips times 2. And then my last trade, pound AUD, was a win. I took 46 pips of profit on one of my positions, and my second position I took 18 pips of profit. So that was my overall performance. So somehow I won, but only 1%, so I would say that was almost break even. So as you can see the shape of this graph, it was bullish first and then went down like this. So because I only took 6 trades, I couldn't have enough trades to to see the samples of my performance. But so my win rate was 33.33%, which is normal, and the PF was 1.6, and this is why I couldn't make big profits, because of the PF was low. So if PF is 1, if profit factor is 1, that means you're break even, because profit factor simply means the risk and the reward ratio in terms of money value. So if you have PF2, then that means every time you take the stop loss to, let's say, 20 pips, or every time you risk, let's say, $200, then you expect $400 return. That's PF2. So PF 1.6 means, let's say I spend $1,000, then my return is 1,600 in average. So that's risk and the reward, 1,000 to 1,600. So that was my performance, and the reason why my PF was low was because I couldn't capture big trends, and the losses were covered by the winners, but overall was almost break even. So that was why PF was low. And R multiple, I also check R multiple, and this was the risk and the reward ratio in terms of pips. So I got 1.5 R multiple. So let's say I take 20 pips of profit, 20 pips of stop loss. Then 1.5 is my reward would be 30 pips. 30 pips. So that's 1.5 R multiple. So overall, I was not losing. So in that sense, it was okay. So, and also, I took only 6 trades, and that's because I was taking some holiday or day off in the month of July, because I know July would be quiet among the pairs on my watch list. So I took some break, and I went some trip in the month of July, and I have some visitors also and meetings, so that's why I took only 6 trades. Usually I take less than 10 trades, maybe 8 or 9 trades, or maybe sometimes 7. But I remember that in the month of July, I took so easy to try not to take trades too much in the month of July. So so that was my performance. And when I look back my performance in the month of July for the last 2 years, that's here. So July 2022, I got minus 1% return. That was slight loss, but there's a reason. And this is because I was on a trip in Japan and I only took 1 trade. And that happened to be a loss. I took one of the AUD pairs I think it was, let me see, 2022, July was, let's see. Yeah, it may take time to put it up, but yeah, July was usually, range, quiet, and I had a trip. However, 2021, the month of July for me was great. I got 50% win rate and PF 8.78, and I got the return of 6%. However, in the month of June was very challenging in 2021, and this is because I was relocating from Japan to Dubai, and I was so busy on the paperwork. So July, I took only few trades. June, I took only few trades in 2021. July was okay. In August, usually I get 0% for the last 2 years. But this year, the patterns are changing, and I already make some profits, about 5% profits I'm still already making in the month of August. So in that sense, I think August is great for me so far. So in the month of July again, last year was very quiet, and I only took one trade because I was on a trip. And when I look back, also the markets were ranging anyways. So that's what I was kind of expecting this year also. So I did check charts every day. Also, when I was on a trip, I make sure to check charts at least once per day so that I can catch up. And I did see some trends that I didn't capture in the month of July. But I let them go, because I was taking break, and that's why also my performance is lower in the month of July. So let me share some of the impressions also, and I put that on Discord. Let me see. Okay, so it's here. July performance, yeah, return 1.5%, and I commented like out of 6 trades, I took AUD trade 4 times. So that means there are lots of trends on AUD pairs in my eyes with my strategy. So that was one of the findings. And also, I was not active in my trades because July is usually quiet and range. So I took some holidays, like I mentioned. Yeah. And I also, let's see. Yeah, so I did miss some of the opportunities, and I knew that because some of the community members also having some nice profits. I was able to capture some nice pips than myself. So yeah, that was also a case for me. So again, I took it easy in the month of July, and that was my performance. Okay, so how was yours? Let me see some comments. Okay, so make sure you take journals. You write journals, and it doesn't have to be like this. You have to see win rate, PF, and if possible, or multiple. So you have to focus on the win rate and the risk and the reward ratio. That's important. And never focus on how much part. How much you lose, how much you win is not universal. You have to focus on the ratio part whenever you look back your trades, and also pips value, not money value. That's also very important. Okay, Yang says, not as detailed as yours, that's why I'm watching every single of your monthly performance video. Get inspired. Okay, you mean about the journal. Right. Yeah, so I think these things you can calculate so easily. Win rate, you just take the winners and losers and break even and calculate the win rate very easily. And PF also, you simply take the profit, how much you win overall, and how much you lose overall, and just divide, and you get the PF. So that's really easy to do. I have this spreadsheet because of my teachings to my members and also for myself. But when I was tracking my record, it wasn't this beautiful. I was only like putting these numbers, and with no colors, with no graph, I was just, putting numbers in my journal spreadsheet. But here, this looks more beautiful for the training purpose. Okay, Riyadh says, I lost big this week. Okay, so that's about the risk management or psychology management or timings for entries or exits. When you lose, especially when you lose big throughout the month, then that's time to learn, because you have to look for the patterns of the losses and try to improve your trades for the next month. If you do this every month, then you have 12 improvements throughout the year, and you get 12 wisdom to improve and fine-tune your trades. So never let the losses be losses. You have to learn from them. Okay, Yang says, a month ago I remember you said that you were working on a new strategy for slow months like July, August. What happened with that? Oh yeah, I have already modified KTS, and I'm showing that in the community. So yeah, but in the month of July, I decided to take it easy and slow than aggressively taking trades with the modified KTS this year. But yeah, I have developed some fine-tuned, modified KTS. Okay. Yeah, for the August, I will be reviewing it towards the end of August or in the early September. This is monthly performance review. Okay, name of the broker I'm using, XM is my broker. Okay, Emperor says little over 1 profit factor, statistics very similar to yours. Okay, so you don't overtrade. That's good. So I have been very selective on which one to trade, and I don't take every single opportunities. With my strategy, I have probably opportunities almost every day. Especially when I take lower time frames to trade, most likely I have opportunities every day, but I don't take every opportunity. Some trades I let it go and see what happens. That's for my study. So, and I have been selective on which one to trade. Okay. So when will the series of videos on BNFCIS continue? That already completed. So when I find some more new information, then I will share. Yeah, but I hope you liked it. But instead, I'm thinking to introduce some of the other Japanese traders, because they have some, great mindset, great psychology that you can also learn from. Okay, so I took the poll. So let me close the poll and see how it was. Okay, so I see win 45% and loss 55%. So it was almost break even. Slightly losses are more. 5% more than win. I got 40 votes. Okay. So yeah, the most important every month is not to lose. That's why I say here in this cover, I say help you become a non-losing trader, because that was exactly how my journey was. First, I start my trading journey to win and to make profits, and then I had so many losses. Then I learned the risk management, the importance of the risk management and importance of psychology management. And then I got break even. I mean, I'm talking about the yearly basis. I got 2 years of losses, and then the third year was break even or slight win. So after the third year, no matter how many trades I take, I never lose. per monthly basis. For slight few losses, maybe 1% or 2% losses happen in terms of the monthly basis, but I don't lose big. I never blow account. So that was a phase on my third year, and then from fourth year onwards, I start to win profits on a yearly basis. So yeah, that's why if you become a non-losing trader for 1 year, then that means you master the risk management part. And also could be psychology management part too. So yeah, that's really important. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Emperor also says we have quite similar equity curve for July. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so let me introduce one of my trades, entry and exits. And I have a nice example here where I posted on here. That was my last trade on pound AUD. I took that trade on the 28th of July. And let me open it bigger so that let me give you some rough sketch of how I enter trades and exit trades. So it was bullish market. Hold on, let me try to fit in this page. Okay, so like this, it was a bullish market. So I took entry buy here. And then when I buy, I always put stop loss. And I usually put the stop loss below the previous low. So in this case, I put the stop loss here below this pushback. And that was a 29 pips of stop loss. So this is also my strategy, is I keep the stop losses as small as possible. I mean, if it's too small, like 10 pips or 15 pips only, then the price may hit the stop loss and takes off. So it can't be too small stop loss, but I take reasonable stop loss pips. In this case, I took 29 pips of stop loss. Not too wide, but not too tight. And this is M5. Usually I take M5 for my entries. Or I take also M15, but I take usually M5 for my entries. So I took a buy here, and I make sure that I put the stop loss below the previous N wave, previous pushback, right? And then as the market goes bullish, then I monitor chart, and then finally the market broke the resistance over here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resistances, and it broke this way. So when I see that, I literally moved the stop loss to break even. Break even means I drag and drop the stop loss above my trade, above my positions. And as I mentioned before, I take 2 entries and 2 stop losses. So I move 2 stop losses above my positions. And that's exactly what happened here on this yellow vertical line. And then once I set break even, I usually leave chart for a couple of, not minutes, but a couple of hours. Because psychologically speaking, if you monitor too close, then you may have FOMO, or you may have the fear of taking profits. We have a fear of taking profits. You may take profits too early because you don't want to miss the potential pips anymore. So let's say when you have the profits running 20 pips or 30 pips only, then you may take profit. But I don't. Simply I set break even and leave chart. Intentionally leave chart and come back for the next couple of hours. Within the next couple of hours, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours. Sometimes I leave chart for 6 hours. It depends on my schedule. Let's say when I'm doing live stream like this, then I don't monitor the chart, for example, and I leave chart like this. Or I may have a dinner after this live stream, then I go to dinner and come back and check my positions. Because the psychology for myself is that once I set break even, then I don't lose. So whether the market retraces, then I don't lose. This is just break even. So I just keep going. Or if the market goes towards my direction, then I win profits. So either way, it's fine with me, because I don't lose anymore. And that's why I say this as break-even line. I used to call it as zero line, number zero line, because this is, you don't lose. So I used to call it zero line, but now I call it break-even line. So I set break-even here at this breakout of the resistances, and then left the chart, and I came back to the chart around here at this timing, and I was waiting for the breakout of higher. And if the market doesn't break, and if it starts to retrace, then I was looking for exit timing with a profit. But then the market broke bullish. It broke the resistances again, and then I trial the profit. This is when I trial the profit. So I moved, so again I have two stop losses, two positions. So one of the stop losses I moved up to here, and then second stop loss I moved it to here, a bit lower than the first one, and then leave chart again. I left the chart. This was 5:35 UTC, so in Dubai time it was 1, 2, 3, 4. It was like a 9:35 in Dubai time. So I was not really paying attention. I was a bit tired, and I didn't want to check charts anymore. And then I left the chart like this, and I came back tomorrow. And then tomorrow I found I took profits on these two timings. One stop loss one was 43 pips, and number two was I think it was 16 pips. So I took those pips. So while I'm leaving the chart, I still make profits, and that's a good part about trading. Usually in your job, you have to work. The more you make, the more you get paid, or the longer you work, the more you get paid usually. But in trading, you don't have to do anything. Just move the stop losses, trial, and leave, then make profits. And I think this is the best job to do. But everything starts from break-even timing. You set break-even and then try to leave chart as long as possible. Before, I used to take profits too early, and that's why I say this. In Japanese, it's called a chicken take profit. I used to do chicken take profit because I was so nervous, and let's say when I see this breakout, and when the market starts to retrace like this, maybe 1, 2 candlesticks, then I used to exit here. I used to take profit. And then the market takes off and goes bullish again, and I may miss all these pips sometimes. But now that was a big lesson, so I don't do anymore. I simply keep trading the profits until the price hit the stop losses is my strategy. So it becomes more like a relaxed and more stressless. Less stress. Yeah, so eventually, like I mentioned before on one of the videos, this part becomes a tail of the fish, and the start of the trend is the head of the fish, and I get the body part. So this part is the head of the fish, smiling fish swimming downside. This is the body part. I took entry here and exit here. So I don't eat the tail, I don't eat the head of the fish. We only eat the body part. And this is my trend follow psychology. So in this case, the body amount was this much, But on some of the other trades, the body can be bigger, much bigger than this. And that's what I'm waiting for every month. And that's why I keep trading. I keep trading not because I expect every trade will be a profitable trades, but instead this is kind of like a planting the seeds. And when I plant the seeds, I never which one sprouts, but I select the land, a yard to plant, and I select the seeds to plant, and I select the timings to plant. I select the amount of plants too. So I plant the seeds. Every time I see trending markets, I plant the seeds. And the seeds may die, which is a loss. But it's okay because I can still keep planting my seeds, because I know when one of these seeds grows, sprouts and grows, then it actually produces much more seeds than I plant. Well, that's also my trader psychology. So that's why I keep trading my trades. But again, I've been selective on which yard, which seed, and what timings to plant the seeds. And I use Ichimoku to know which one to plant the seeds. So my win rate is usually low. Like I mentioned before, usually it's between 30 to 40% win rate. So out of 10 trades, out of 10 seeds, if 3 sprouts, then that's fine with me. So psychologically, it becomes easier. Even if I have some 2 losses, 3 losses, I can still be trading, because I do expect I have some consecutive losses along the way with my strategy. But the future profit covers my previous losses. It's my strategy. So yeah, so that was some quick explanation about my strategy and also how I take entries and exits with some psychologies behind. Yeah, let me see. Samsara says, hi Kei, when the higher time frame goes flat and you are in profit, do you exit both trades or keep one riding? I would say I would exit both trades when higher time frame goes flat, but I have some specific timing to do it. I don't simply exit just because high time frame goes flat. I monitor, and whenever I see the retracement, then I exit my trade. Yeah, so in other words, until higher time frame goes flat, I keep trading. I never exit manually, because we never know how long the trend lasts. Sometimes the trend lasts only 20 pips or 30 pips, but on other times the trend lasts 100 pips or 200 pips. But when you enter trades, you never know how many pips you will be capturing. And if it's unknown, then do not set TP. The price may not hit the TP and then retrace. So I don't set TP in that sense. In the live streams, I say target, but the definition of target for myself is that until the market reaches target, I keep looking for the buying opportunities. That's what I mean by the targets for myself. Okay. Riyad says, do you care about kill zones in your trades? What's that mean by kill zones? I'm not really sure about that one. If you can explain, that would be great. You mean like a resistance zone, maybe? Okay. Would you kindly share your entries on the trades you lost? Sure, I can also share that. Let me see one of these trades. Okay, so let's say this one, for example, 80 Swiss franc. This trade I took it with the members together, but that was done on the 26th of July. And let me open it here. So it was downtrending on daily chart and a 30-minute chart, and I took entry sell here on M5. I got some nice reverse in the wave, and the market consolidated and broke. And I got multiple reasons for my entries, so I got to sell. I usually use Bollinger Bands and Stochastic and some other confirmations for my entries. So I took entry and there is no supports below, so I thought this is a good opportunity, so I took sell. And then the market retraced suddenly, so I captured exactly at the low. I took sell here, and then the market just retraced so quickly in like 10 minutes or in about 30 minutes, I think. And then I exited here. So my stop loss originally was up here on this swing high on 0.58305. So my stop loss was up here. My stop losses were at here, and this was where I entered my trade sell. And before the price hit the stop loss, I exit my trade. Yeah, this was really tricky. And also the market broke two supports also. So I thought it's reasonable to just exit my trade up here. So that was one of my losing trades. So yeah, sometimes I captured the swing low, swing high on my trades, but if my exit timings are correct, then and also when I keep the losses small, then I should be safe. Yeah. Okay, Rosen says slight win. Okay, PF 1.26, but I think I still do too much trades. Okay, need to work on entry and exit still. Okay. So yeah, never overtrade. How many trades do you usually take per month? This is a question to everyone. How many trades do you usually take per month? Let me ask. Do you remember how many trades you took the trades in the month of July? Do you ever count your number of trades? Let me just ask everyone about this. And Rosen also says, you kept the trade over the weekend. What do you think about the risk chance of the gap after the weekend, since it can go below your stop loss? Usually in Forex pairs, we don't really see the gaps unless there are big trades, big news during the weekend, or some incident or some surprise news happens within the weekend. Then when the market opens Monday, then there will be some gaps. But usually I don't see them. So I think if you only run, let's say, 10 pips profit, then it's better to exit and take 10 pips for profit and then come back Monday, because the gap may be 10 pips. But if you're running, let's say, 50 pips, then you should be safe, because usually the gap between Friday and Monday will be 10 pips or 15 pips usually. The pairs on my watch list, I mean. Okay. Oh yeah, I think I have to edit the graph. Let me do it right now. Yeah, I think I will just edit the graph. So yeah, in terms of the this gap on the weekend, I had experienced the same. And also, what's more, usually the how to say, the spread becomes really wide when the market opens on Monday. You can also check if you can wake up in the morning and Monday and New Zealand opens and check the spread. it becomes really wide. So the spread may take the stop loss also. Okay, so I just corrected the graph right now. Okay, so how many trades do you take per month? Philip says 30. Okay. Riyad says many. Okay. Tree says 20 trades. Emperor says I took more than 20 trades during June and had too many losses, and some of them were big. That was a losing month. During July, I took 9 trades. Okay, so that's much less. So that's good. Yeah. Oli says I took 14 trades in the month of July. Those are 28 positions. Also, I noticed most of my losses came from Swiss franc pairs. Yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah. Swiss francs can be very spiky, especially these days. So I take them as low priority. Samsara says, is it true that you always require a break-even or breaking of the resistance, a trend line, doji, pin bar, etc. for your entries? I noticed that I never see you take the trade without the break of something. Yeah, I enter trade before the breakout. I think I have some of those trades. Maybe, let me see. So yeah, sometimes I enter trades before the major breakout, before the breakout of the major resistance or support. So maybe one of my trades, maybe this one over here. This was on CAT JPY. The market was consolidating and there was a support below. Hold on, let me open it bigger. So there was a support. This is on the 4 hour. 4 hour. And there was support, but I enter trade before the breakout, like in this case. So yeah, I enter trade before the breakout also. Whenever I see opportunities, I take it. Okay, Rosen says I took 26 trades. Okay, 2 entries. All right, all right. Young says, oh, 92 trades. That's a lot. Okay, most of them are from gold. Okay, 1 minute time frame. So that's like more scalping. Then that makes sense. Yeah, if it's scalping and if you trade a few trades per day, then that makes sense. But still 92 sounds really a lot to me. Do you trade true pairs at the same time? Yes, I do. I mean, if I have some running profits on one of the pairs, then I take the second one. But I don't take trades 2 pairs at the same time for the first time. Okay, Tarandip says I took 10 trades, but my losses from 3 trades were bigger than my profits. Okay, so that's about the risk management. We have to risk smarter. Yeah, and also in the month of July, usually this is one of the most difficult months. So if you break even in the month of July and August, that's already fine. That's good news for you already. And if you keep trading in this manner, then October to December, you can expect more profits. So July and August are the most difficult, in my experience. The markets are either range or quiet, and whenever the trend happens, it just happens right away and then just ends very soon. So the market becomes usually very tricky. Okay, so that with that said, I think I will finish the live stream for today. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I hope you have a great weekend. And tomorrow I will be doing the weekly forecast as Sunday's topic. I will cover my Forex pairs, 21 pairs on my watch list, and gold, WTI, indices, and Bitcoin in the news. So I hope to see you tomorrow also. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one at some point. So again, have a great weekend, and until I see you next time, please stay healthy, stay safe, stay gold. Bye for now, everyone. またね。Thank you very much.